Well, SEO could take 6 to 12 months to start taking off, right? Whereas you can have your ad up the very next day and start generating leads and sales.
For SEO is really, yes, it costs a lot more and takes a lot longer to start with, but the ROI is incredible.
Running both at the same time is, generally where we see the biggest benefit to our customers.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Chats with Selenites. Today I've got with me Pat McKeering, who is our ad specialist across Meta ads, Google ads, any type of ads, running funnels, and really just an expert at understanding how to actually make ad platforms work, which is very exciting for what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about SEO versus Google ads. In particular.
Exciting. It sounds like we should be in the boxing ring with gloves on.
In the blue corner, we have Pat with Google Ads. In the red corner, yours sincerely, David Krauter, talking about SEO. Now, both play their part. What we really want to kind of get down to is if anyone's watching this today, just get an understanding of the difference between the both, because I can already say this now, but we'll really kind of flesh this out through the podcast, that there isn't one's better than the other type of a situation.
Yeah, absolutely
Each are
not.
very unique, and we're going to run through that a little bit. But I think by the end of this podcast, people that are watching and listening in will be able to make an educated decision which one's right for them right now. So that's going to be good. Cool. All right, so let's just kind of define what each one is. I'll let you speak to Google Ads and I'll speak to SEO. So if you had to explain it to someone in layman terms, what are Google Ads?
Yep. So in layman terms, what are Google Ads? So you go to Google and you search for a product. You search for, let's say, streetwear shirts, right? And then at the top of the search results, after you've typed in that phrase, you'll see populated a heap of images, right, in the shopping results. They what you call your shopping ads, and then you'll also get text ads at the top that are also
So they're called sponsored results.
Sponsored results.
Cool. So that's, and it's funny. I was on a call literally this morning with a large air conditioning, so commercial based air conditioning. Cool rooms, and they do commercial electricians as services now as well. And we've been doing their SEO for about 5 years, and they're really wanting to grow now because they're adding these other two services to their business. And yet still, we typed in the phrase, and they didn't understand the difference between the paid results and the organic.
And Google's making it a lot harder these days. They're blending it in. So it's funny because they kind of went the other way for one time where they were making it very obvious that they were sponsored results, but now they've seemed to have backflipped on that again and blending it in a lot more.
But so that's where we find them. How do you get there?
Run the ads.
So you pay for the ads.
You pay for the ads.
Well, that's it at the core. Hey, so if you had to define it, you pay Google money, you show up in those sponsored results.
Exactly right. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Versus SEO is it's not the first sponsored results listings. It's the ones that are in the maps if you're doing local, or underneath that in we call them the organic results. And you don't pay Google to be there. You give Google content and do all the activity required for SEO for them to know and trust your site and then rank you there. So there's no way that you could just pay for it. You have to do the work involved organically to actually show up.
Yep.
So that's the big difference. Google paid ads, you can just pay there, as the name suggests. But with SEO, you've got to do all the stuff that's involved with SEO. Yeah. We talk about it on our podcast. They're really just kind of 4 pillars: your authority, your theme relevance, your how well optimized you are, and your technical. You nail those, you tend to rank pretty well. Whereas with ads, what is it? You have to nail your keywords, set up your payment stuff, and hit go, and you start
in the simplest form.
We'll dive a little bit deeper into that, but that's the difference. Cool. Let's talk about pros and cons. So let's start with Google Ads. What are all the pros of Google Ads? in your opinion, for people that we do ads for? So we do ads for a whole range of people. We run ads for local businesses, national companies, and also e-com brands, national but also international. So what's the benefits of running Google Ads versus doing an SEO campaign?
Versus doing an SEO campaign? I guess the biggest one would be speed.
Mm-hmm. Great. What do you mean by that?
Well, SEO could take 6 to 12 months to start taking off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you can have your ad up the very next day and start generating leads and sales.
Yeah, I love that.
That day, actually.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's definitely a con of SEO. The fact that you start your SEO campaign and it takes time. If you're in a low competitive niche, so a local contractor in a local, hyperlocal area, you may see results after one, maybe 2 months. But a brand new site is going to take 6 to 12 months to really kind of get that. Whereas with ads, it's like you're renting a house. You're in there immediately. If you're looking to build a house, it's going to take some time to build that. So yeah, that's one. So speed. And with that, I guess you get quick feedback from the market as well, whether those terms are the right ones. Whereas with SEO, you really want to nail that keyword and believe that this is actually going to return into money in the bank if you're going to invest all of that in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then how do you go about that from an SEO perspective? Sorry to digress.
Well, usually we run Google Ads first. We want proven concept because this is probably really important to understand for a lot of people. It's the same traffic source. The same people that are clicking on your Google Ads are going to be clicking on the organic results as well, because it's the same area, it's the same media that they're trying to get their answers. So that's some pros. What are some cons of Google Ads?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting more and more competitive. Back in the day, you used to be able to buy clicks for 5 cents a pop. Yeah,
those are the good old days.
And you'd build an entire business on super highly profitable return on ad spend, but these days it's very competitive.
What I will say is I know that the cost per click's gone up, but the audience that you can reach with Google Ads has dramatically increased as well. So it's more expensive, but the amount of people that are going to Google to find answers now compared to 10 years, even 15 years ago, is dramatically bigger as well.
Absolutely.
So
sure.
they go part and parcel. But it's definitely gotten more competitive. So that's your cons. What about, so you turn them off instantly. What happens when you turn them off? So you turn them on instantly, but what happens when you turn them off?
Well, see you later.
I guess that's the other thing. Hey, you stop paying Google, you're not really getting anything anymore.
Exactly right.
So that's interesting.
There'll still be some little bit of brand awareness out there that you've generated from
right.
that. And
I like that. That's good.
It really depends on the actual business itself and the volume that you've actually been running your ads at. How many people have been coming to your site, but you'll still get some people coming back directly. But we do see
that's great.
Complete general decrease in sales once you turn
That's a really good thing
the ads off.
To note, though. The benefits of Google Ads, a lot of people will just be pitching it as you turn it on, it runs, you make money. You turn it off, you stop making money. And in theory, that's right. But what you just said is doing that actually allows you to build your brand because you're showing up in places that you haven't been before. So people are aware of you. People are getting to know you more and more and more through your ads. And that doesn't disappear when you stop paying Google. That memory stays in people's minds. So I really like that one of the benefits is actually that you're building brand awareness that lasts.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the main driver because Google Ads is more of a conversion harvester than it is brand awareness, but you'd still...
It's a byproduct of it, I think. That's cool. And people miss that. So that's really cool. Awesome. I think, that's the... I think the cons with SEO, we've talked about that. The benefits is that... I love this. Like with Google Ads, you're paying, let's say it's $5 a click. It doesn't matter if you get 100 visitors or 1,000 visitors, you're paying $5 per click. So if it's 100, you're paying 500. If it's 1,000, you're paying $5,000 for those clicks. With SEO, you're paying to be there. It doesn't matter if you get 500 clicks or 10,000. It's whatever you've invested to get there, and that doesn't change. So that's for a lot of our clients, they'll do Google Ads, and I think the SEO just kind of opens things up. because you're getting in front of traffic, a level of traffic source that's just impossible with Google Ads, because organic is just, it can explode. We've seen clients where we've done like articles and things like that, and they're getting 5, 6, 7,000 people just on that one article in 1 month. Like, you pay for that with Google Ads, there is no ROI there.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think the pros for SEO is really, yes, it costs a lot more and takes a lot longer to start with, but the ROI is incredible. Once you actually start ranking, and then start ranking for larger terms, you start getting into the AI results with all your fan queries and stuff like that. The ROI just becomes really, really solid. So I think that's a really good benefit on the SEO front, which is cool. And it's shaping up already that they need to be strategically used for different purposes. So for example, like with a local company that's got limited budget, SEO is probably not right for them to start. Start with a Google Ads campaign. You're up and running quick. You'll get proof of concept really quickly, and you can determine how much you want to spend. So I like that. Cool. So that's some pros and cons. I like it. We will continue on our journey. What are the key differences in Google Ads? Location on SERPs, timeline, cost, sustainability. I think... So what's the difference between Google Ads in terms of sustainability? Like, can you continue to grow until the end of time, or is there like a ceiling that you hit? How does that work with Google Ads for certain companies? Is there ceilings with how far these ads are going to take you?
I don't know if I have an answer to that. Is there a ceiling? I don't think we've ever got there.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, it's like, can you tap a market out with Google Ads? Like, how?
Oh, there's definitely a certain amount of search volume that you can tap out for certain services. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you determine when you should stop spending?
When your return on ad spend is not there, or your CPA is not on target.
So you can keep showing your ads, but just because they're showing doesn't make they're gonna.
Yeah, Google will just start spending silly if the more money you pour into it.
Yeah. That's good. How does that work? So you can cap that, or do you control it, or how does that work?
You control what? What do you mean?
Whether they spend all that money or not.
Yeah, I mean, it's Google determines where they're spending your money. You just control the budget, basically.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And they'll just keep spending.
And they'll keep spending
if you don't limit it or optimize it. How does that work?
What do you mean?
So how can you control where they're spending the money, how they're spending the money? Like, what do you do there? Can you? Well, that's a very broad question to a very nuanced answer. So how, like with SEO, we can easily say, look, this is the budget, this is what we're doing, and there's that. So we just said, like you just said, that Google will just keep spending your money. Like, how do you control how it spends your money? Do you have any control over that in Google Ads, or?
Oh, it depends on the campaign you're talking about. Yeah.
So which kind of campaigns would you suggest if you wanted to get control of that?
Well, it depends on what your business is. What are you doing? That's what I mean. Like, there's no like cookie cutter. With Google Ads, there's no cookie cutter answer to a lot of things. There's a lot of nuance.
In what scenario would Google just spend money beyond a good ROAS? Like, what would allow for that to happen?
You just gave it an infinite budget, and just let it go without optimizing the campaign.
Yeah, and when would that happen? In a like a smart campaign, a PMax campaign?
Oh, it would be anything. Yeah, if you've just like say for a search campaign, you've just. A common fault among business owners is they set everything to broad match in a search campaign, and then just let it run. Okay. And Google just goes haywire on the spending.
So that
because it starts letting in loads and loads of irrelevant terms.
Yeah. No, that's good. So that's really important to understand. Is like, just because you can pay Google, I think I was trying to draw that out of you because that's a key difference with SEO. Like, just because you can pay Google to be there doesn't mean they're just going to follow your instructions by throwing money at them. You still have to manage that account.
Yeah, exactly.
You still have to say, hey, no, don't do this. It's not an instant, I give you 10 grand, you give me this much customers. It's like, we give you 10 grand, Google. Now Google, if we actually want a good return on ad spend, we have to manage that 10 grand. We have to optimize it, put it in the right campaigns, check what's working, what's not working. It's not just a given.
Yeah, and it's not just at the account, and majority isn't really the account. It's actually your offer, your service delivery, the actual conversion elements on the website. That's 80 to 90% of it.
Yeah.
Right? So
that's really good. Yeah.
Product market fit. Like if you have like a fidget spinner, like there's hundreds of thousands of other people selling fidget spinners on there. There's no real...
It's price. It's like price and delivery if you can beat anyone else.
Yeah, but you have a brand that people want and they desire, you're going to, you're going to get a better return on your ads.
Yeah, cool. Now that's good. Like, because with SEO, it's just a matter of, here's the activity I'm going to do. It'll never blow out because we control the narrative. We control how much we want to invest and things like that. Google controls how far up it'll allow us, but it doesn't really, but that's as far as it goes. So we don't just say, here's money, Google, and do this. We strategically kind of build content. And that takes longer. We've already established that in terms of timeline. But I think the big thing is both need to be managed. Neither of the solution will just be a kind of set it and forget it kind of thing. It's Absolutely an ongoing platform that you have to optimize. So that's really cool. So even though they're different in that, they're really the same. That's cool. All right, so let's get really practical. What type of businesses are Google Ads perfect for? Where do we just knock it out of the park?
A brand that has product market fit.
Yeah.
And that is desired by
I think
its audience.
There's demand for it.
There's demand.
Yeah. And people go to Google for that. Yeah. I think so too. Like in terms of search, and SEO is very much the same. It's if there is demand for it, people already know what they need and they know the answer and they just need to find that answer. That's if your business does that, bang, you're going to knock it out of the park. But we've worked with companies and it's mainly in the SaaS space where people are actually unaware that they have this problem or they can't articulate it. So they're not going to go to Google to try and find that type of company. They're going to go to Google and trying to find a solution for that problem. So that's where SEO is really good because you can write articles that target problems, not so much, and give solutions, but not so much the company as a solution because that it hasn't been termed yet. So for SaaS, I'll give you an example. We're working with a company that helps other retailers break into new markets. Okay, so break into the Latin markets where it's really hard to get into to make it profitable because of shipping costs and things like that. Now, no one's going to Google and looking for a company to help me break into these markets because they're unaware that, well, there is no companies like that. These guys are the first one. But that problem has been around for many, many years. Now, Google Ads isn't going to help solve that problem isn't going to get you in front of those customers. You got to go in front of a broader audience on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube and things like that where people are already hanging out and put that message in front of them. So I think that's probably the big difference with Google Ads. You have to have that demand there for it to work. Whereas SEO, you can write content that addresses the problems. Sorry, pardon me. It addresses the problems, but because people can't articulate the solution, they're going to type in variations of that problem or the solution that they're after. And SEO can get you in front of those people, which is cool. All right. When should you choose Google Ads?
Yeah, it's a good question. It really depends on your business goals, right?
Yeah.
So if you're looking to increase sales and you're looking to generate leads straight away, then Google Ads is probably your best bet opposed to SEO because SEO is definitely a more long-term game.
Yeah. So that's that. You keep having a dig at SEO, bro. What's up with that?
Well, I was just saying it's a long-term game.
Google Ads are good too.
Yeah.
They have their cons.
They do. Yeah.
This is great. So, okay, so that would be your Google Ads. When should you choose SEO on the other side? I think we kind of talked about that as well, that like if it's super competitive, like with restaurants, it's really hard. Like there's people, if there's so many restaurants and you're trying to get into that, so like a red ocean market where it's like saturated, it's gonna be hard to get in there with SEO.
Yeah,
like you need to have big budgets.
Yeah. I mean, for a restaurant, I wouldn't even think Google or SEO are probably either your right channels. To be honest with you, there's a lot of other moving bits and pieces you need to get right before. Yeah, you start
doing that. So yeah, there's certain industries it's just the SERPs are just geared for, whereas there's others it's not going to work. And we've seen that with other kind of industries where the ROI just isn't there. Like, yeah, we got them ranking and things like that, but there just isn't demand enough for it to warrant an ongoing SEO campaign. So yeah, you might be able to do a one-time thing, but then if you're in a competitive niche and for some reason others can outspend you because of their business model or whatever, then it's probably not right. You need to look at. So yeah, it gets pretty complicated, but you can work it out. And I think it comes down to knowing what the demand is and just keeping a really close eye on your numbers. When and understanding that helps you make a decision when you should actually start doing it. Cool, that's good. Can you run both Google Ads and SEO campaign at the same time?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because you can only run Google Ads.
You must choose an option. You cannot have Google Ads running or SEO.
No, I mean, it's running both at the same time is, generally where we see the biggest benefit to our customers, right? And they get lower customer acquisition costs, so your CAC lowers because people are finding you at the top of the funnel and your ads are converting better. People are finding you at the top of the funnel through blog posts.
Yep.
As an example.
Yep.
Driving lots of cheap clicks. You're getting that awareness stage, right? And then they're coming back and converting later through your ads.
Yeah.
So that's where you'll start seeing your CAC lowering.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of both as well. And mine's really simple. Like, I get what you're saying is that you're building awareness, you're getting in front of them multiple times until the actual transaction takes place. But my thinking is also, well, when they're ready to buy and they look for XYZ company, if you're there in the Google Ads and then you're there in the maps and you're there in the organic, your likelihood of getting that click has just tripled compared to just having Google Ads or just having SEO. So you start being everywhere when you're able to pull that off.
Almost like you're omnipresent.
And then you start showing up on Meta on top of that. And we're sidetracking here, but it's that path to domination.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
It's how you've only got so many places that people can click on that first page. And I know it's changing with AI and the AI results and the search experience, how we're shifting. But the more places that you dominate, the less places the competitors are going to be on there, and the more people are going to have options to click on you rather than them. I think that's a pretty straightforward answer that they work hand in hand.
Yeah, for sure.
But, and I know Google denies this to the day, that they say that running Google Ads does not affect your SEO. And it doesn't, in that running a Google Ads campaign isn't going to rank you automatically.
No.
But every time clients run Google Ads campaigns, their SEO works better. Every time clients run other ads on socials and things like that, the SEO works better. And it goes back to what you said right at the beginning, where even if you turn your Google Ads off, you still build some sort of brand awareness. And brand awareness is huge for SEO. So my stance is that your Google Ads and your Meta ads would actually build your brand awareness, which influences your SEO rankings. I've just seen that too many times not to see that correlation. So that's definitely 100% a correlation I've seen multiple times.
Yeah, that's a great observation.
It's good, eh?
Yeah.
That's what we do.
And we've seen that even with our own site, right?
Yeah,
since we've been running the ad campaigns.
Yeah. And you're seeing lower cost per clicks with clients that do SEO.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's your ads.
Well, not lower cost per click, lower CPAs.
Okay, so cost per action.
Yeah. So your ads are converting better, which means your cost per acquisition is lower.
I like how you put it with one client just recently. If you're just doing ads, and we'll say Google ads for now, they're carrying all of the load. So you said it's like, man, if we just had organic running, if we just had SEO running, it would just take some of the load of the ads and you wouldn't have to spend as much to get a similar or even better result. So I think that's where that beautiful marriage happens between the two. It's, you don't look at it as separate channels, you see them working together and you're actually getting a better result by doing both of them in tandem. I like it. Okay, so let's say I'm just starting out for a beginner. Should you start with SEO or Google Ads?
Well, I think the real question should be, what's the immediate goals of the business?
Great. Okay. So, and the majority of people we work with, they just want more sales. They want more customers. So what should someone start with, in your opinion?
Look, there's a whole formula that we could go through to determine if Google Ads is going to be profitable for you, but first figure out if it's going to be a profitable channel for you based on the unit economics of your business. So your average order value, right, and lifetime value, etc. But Google Ads is going to get you your sales and your leads fastest, right? I mean, if you're an e-commerce store and there's demand for your products, yes, you're going to be able to start generating sales straight away with Google Ads. Will you be profitable? You're only going to find out once you start running them. Because there's a lot of things that go into the mix there, whether it's the level of competitiveness of the industry, how much competition you're up against there. So
no, that's cool. So here's kind of a side question that I've got. Is it worth it to learn Google Ads? And I'll answer the question for SEO, but do you think it's worth it for a business owner to actually learn Google Ads and do it themselves?
If they're wanting to give it a go and start running some ads themselves at a low budget, yeah, absolutely, because it doesn't make sense to hire an agency when you're just starting out.
That's great. When does it make sense? At what kind of budget levels do you reckon?
Anywhere. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, how does it? When you don't have the time to manage it yourself and you feel like it's too complicated and you can't wrap your head around it. But at least give it a go. And that way you can at least understand your own business numbers and what things, how much things cost.
Yeah, I would agree. I think like if you're, and this is just, I don't know if there's any sense to this, but literally if you're spending $1,000 on ads and you're paying $1,000 an agency, it kind of makes sense. But if you're only going to spend $200-$300 on ads and then pay agency $1,000 to manage that,
doesn't make sense at all.
Doesn't make sense. I think so. I think it's kind of like once you start spending more than what the actual cost of the ads are, it starts to make sense that you get a professional to actually get maximum ROI from your ads. I think that's kind of the shift that we see. They're like, okay, this has gotten too big, too complex. I've grown it to this, but to go beyond that, I'd have to be in there every day, and that's what we do. For clients.
If you have to be in there every day, and your time's better spent elsewhere than managing a Google Ads account.
Leave it to the for SEO, it's very similar. Like I know Google Ads has some changes in what works and what they allow, or their rules and the platform changes and stuff like that. But it's nothing like SEO, where you have core algorithm updates. There's been updates all the time. There is a shift in how they perceive certain things. So one thing will rank and one thing won't. It's so volatile. To stay on top of that, it's a full-time job. Like you need an agency, and not even a full-time job. You need actual perspective across different industries and what Google's doing, because you're not going to just see it in your industry. So my recommendation is probably learn about SEO, but if you're trying to be in a competitive industry, good luck doing it yourself. It's going to be pretty hard to try and learn that and then still run your business.
Absolutely.
And that's why we service the clients we do. They're like, okay, I understand. I need this. I need a machine. I need a system to run this marketing machine. But my best place is either on the tools doing the jobs, or actually managing the crew, or once you've kind of gone to another level, just being the visionary and setting the pace for the whole company. Because that's where literally the founder's best time spent doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Casting the vision, spending time with their staff.
That's
motivating.
it. And growing it that way and using someone that understands this stuff to jump in. That's really cool. All right. So we didn't really come to a clear-cut answer of should you invest into SEO or Google Ads, did we?
Yeah.
We kind of left there in limbo. But I think we've kind of chewed around the tension of why there isn't a straight answer. There isn't. It's really very specific and unique to a person's situation, to a business's situation and what they need. I think every business could benefit from either in one way or another. But what should people do to kind of figure out, how do I make that right decision? What can you offer them?
What can I offer them?
Yeah, to kind of make that right decision. Should I do Google Ads or should I do SEO?
Yeah, I mean...
Would you allow people to ring up and talk to you face to face?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, give us a buzz. Send us a DM. Whatever's easiest for you, whatever your preferred channel of communication is. No. But like, yeah, if you're not sure, just give us a call and we can have a bit of a chat. Find out about what, your unique situation is, what your business goals are, where you're at right now, where you're looking to go, and what's the best path forward. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. I like it. Yeah. So if you're confused about this and you're watching this, obviously you have an understanding how they work and how they differ. But really the best next step is just to talk to someone like Pat or give our office a call and talk to one of our SEOs, and we can literally just dissect this thing for you and lay it out really clearly so you can make an educated decision. I think we love doing that, love helping people do that. And that's really a wrap for today, Pat. Thank you so much. That's a analysis of Google Ads versus SEO and which one to choose. The big answer is there isn't really a right answer. It really depends on your situation. And
Absolutely.
Then take it from there to see which channel is going to work best for you. So thank you so much for watching. This is another episode of Chats with Selenites. We will see you around on another video just like this one very soon. Bye.